Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chan. Let's get into the never ever mets. Let's go. So we left off with the counselor talking to Greg about what was his problem. Well, he had been violated also, right? Millie didn't know that, but I was glad to see her kind of embrace him in that moment. And the counselor said that she can see it for both of them. I can too. When they got back in the house, they were talking. She was sitting on the other couch, and then he asked her, do you still want to be in this, right? Greg had said that he felt embarrassed, and he also said that maybe it was time for him to say something and maybe have a good cry. But she said, I'm in it. You don't scare me. And she came up to the couch, and she sat next to him. And I really like these two. But she is going to have to let her guard down just a little bit, right? But Greg is also going to have to step up too. So now they're having an activity. It's called On the Same Page. So she's asking them a series of questions to see how well they know their mate. Because they met online, but now that they're together, how well do you know these people? They had the guys on one side and the girls on the other, right? But not surprising, the most disappointing person for me was Chris. They asked him, the first question was like, when did you all meet, right? He was like, at the top, you can't see it, it's his IDK. He doesn't know, but he knows about around the time. Sandia's sitting over there, she looking real crazy. This right here is a mess. This is also a mess, right? She didn't know when they met. She said it was around Aaron's birthday or whatever. He gave an actual month and date, and they had to shred their answers because they couldn't put it in the book. They weren't on the same page. Now, when it came to Josh and Shay, it was a question about, I think, like a difficult time they've gone through. Josh said distance, right? Shay said the baby. See, what had happened was they've been talking for 12 years. In that 12 years, he got a baby on her. She said she stopped talking to him for 2 years. And then 3 years ago, he messaged her and everything has been like nothing ever happened. But Shay has trust issues. And she should. Josh and Shay won. They got most of their answers correct. But Greg didn't get a lot of answers correct with Millie. And Millie is focused on him knowing her mind before he knows her body. Like, she can't with him not getting these answers correct. And she has a little attitude. So Greg doesn't know what her birthday is. Now she's in her feelings because she was like, the person I'm supposed to be getting to know, a friend, would know when my birthday is. She was planning a birthday party for him. Now she's like, I don't even think I want to do it. Like, it's just the little stuff. It's the little stuff for her, but it's the little stuff that sets her off. She needs a lot of work, a lot of therapy. So Aaron has set up a photo shoot with Jody because this is something they like to do. They have this in common. And it's time for Chris and Sandia to have their visitors. So this is his best friend, and this is her best friend. So over there at the photo shoot, like, she's like, oh my God, this is so good because this is something that we like to do. So this should be great. Portraits look great. They look like they're having a lot of fun. Then he goes in for the kiss because he's like, I feel something happening. I think this is the moment. Things are changing. How do you think? How do you think it went? So she, in her confessional, says, I felt nothing. He is over here saying, this is the best kiss I've ever had. Now, I don't know how editing works for real, but the kiss lasted on my TV for about 3 seconds. I don't know how this is the best kiss you've ever had, sir. I don't get that. Then Chris's friend, I wouldn't expect anything less. He asked Chris, has he hit yet? No, has he smashed? He's like, nah, man, I'm really trying to get to know her. This is the look on his face when Chris said that. Because Chris said, we smash first and talk later. Cha. And Sandia over here talking to her friend about, oh, we've just kissed a little bit. No tongue or anything, but just a little bit. Like, I'm ready. This is not going to work. So, child, these four are about to sit down. And I got a feeling Sandia and her friend Stephanie, are not going to like this. Benz, which is Chris's friend, said, do you expect to have a monogamous relationship? So Dale said, absolutely. He said, that makes no sense. Those are his words. That makes no sense. He was like, you want somebody to check all your boxes and you want them to be faithful to you also? Now, Chris is over here looking like, this is my boy. This is how we hang. But right now, I'm trying to bag this girl, so you really messing me up. Because her and Stephanie, they could not. Stephanie was like, what do you mean you can't have a monogamous relationship? He said it was stupid. They was like, no, it's not. But Sandia was like, I'm glad to know this is going on because I might not need to be in this relationship. You need to go with your intuition because it is correct. Child, these two, I need them to just leave the show. Like, just leave, Jody, just leave this and leave the show. Just tell Aaron it's not going to work. She said she felt nothing. She said in this moment, it's hard to tell him that because she does not want to hurt his feelings. He's standing up over there. Hold on. He's standing up over here talking about it was the best kiss I've ever had. I could feel the connection, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I don't know how to tell him that I didn't feel anything and it was just a kiss. This is not going to work out right. Child, so they have made it back to the house. Jody acts like they haven't even been out on a date, right? So Josh and Chris are in the kitchen asking these two, how was the date? She never said a word. Not one word. She just ate her pizza. And then he told them like what they wore and all of that. So then Chris is like, are y'all tired? She said yes. She puts her pizza in the box and she leaves and he goes and sits with the guys. And Chris says, I don't like the way you're being treated. He was like, he's feeling it now. He was like, I don't know what it is. Like, we know what it is, Aaron. It's over. And y'all need to just go because this is going to get bad. And I hate to see this on TV. So Shay and Josh are getting ready to go to the boom boom room, right? Diamond comes in and tells her that she's still been keeping in touch with Alexis. She was the one that got in the tussle with the guy on the first episode. She said that Josh tried to sleep with her. She said he was trying to sleep with her when Shay was in the room in the house and he wanted her to go outside the door because there were no cameras out there. He wanted to have bang bang with her in the hallway. That's crazy. So Shay is like, I already have trust issues, but Josh did tell me that Alexis was trying to get at him. And his words were, if I wanted to sleep with her, I could. Now do with that what you will, but Josh, this is a little fishy. Child, so they have made it to the boom boom room, right? So she was like, oh my God, I've been bombarded with some stuff. And he was like, oh yeah, really, what? She said, when you and Alexis went missing, did you try to sleep with her? Child. He said no, but when he was talking to her, he said that she was talking about probably doing a 1, 2, 3 person situation. What? So Josh said that night one, Alexis thought that he was bringing her into the room to listen or watch him and Shay have bang bang. He said, nah, Shay not with that. Then he said when Shay fell asleep, they went outside to talk, and he was like, she was getting loud, but nothing else was going on. I don't know. So now Shay is like, why didn't you tell me that happened? He said, I'm pretty sure I did. She said, I'm pretty sure you didn't. Like, why didn't you tell me that was the conversation that had been had? Don't play with me. But he said, you know, nothing happened. I didn't try to do it. I told you she was trying to have a 1, 2, 3 situation. So, child, I don't know. Child, now Diamond brought herself in here because she done sat here and told this girl that Josh was trying to get at Alexis, right? So now Shay is pissed. Josh is pissed. Now she coming in here telling me something, no, calm down. Shay is like, no, I'm not going to calm down because I'm the one getting played. Then what did she say? No, you're not getting played. But you just sat here and said what Alexis had told you. So why even say anything? Now, she telling her to, like, sleep on it so she won't leave. Shay says she needs her phone so she can go. And now Josh doesn't know how they're going to get past it. See y'all next week.